Hey, what's going on guys? Shane here. I know you've probably seen my vest and everything that I'm normally hanging up there. This video I just wanted to quickly go over what I wear because there's a brand I've been using that's really awesome and I want to share it with you guys so you can check it out. And the best part, it's on Amazon. So easy returns if something doesn't work out or fit. It's relatively cheap and you got free shipping. I'll just dig in. Mechanics gloves, of course. These are the impact gloves. I like them because they have the rubber on the knuckles here and down the fingers. Getting shot in the hand really hurts. It's got some like aggressive texturing on the hands. So this is actually a hard hat veterans helmet. They're all right. This is their non-ballistic, just kind of bump helmet. It's a little overpriced considering the quality and what it is. One thing that hard hat veterans does do really well is they came up with this thing called a micro lattice liner. So you can kind of see it here. Basically what it is it's a hexagonal 3D printed like grid liner. So you can see I'm depressing it, right? So it's got like a hard one and it's got like a softer one. So the nice thing about this is the airflow is amazing, right? So you don't get hothead at all. Like the air just passes straight through it because it's mostly vacant space. The only downfall is that it is expensive. I think it's like $200. Helmet cover is actually made by a company called Ido Gear. I found them a few months ago. They sell pretty much mostly on Amazon and through their website, but the quality of the stuff that they make is great. It's relatively cheap. Like it's really not that bad. For instance, like these combat pants are about $60. You can get the other version for like $50, which is a fair price for combat pants. Let me tell you, so what I do for work, I take care of survival equipment, right? Like aviation survival equipment. So I have been taught to sew. I sew a lot, and I'm really good at it, which is amazing. Actually, it's a really good skill that I highly recommend you pick up. And since I've done so much with textiles and sewing, I can take a look at a lot of the stuff from China and just see how incredibly horrible it is, right? How it's stitched. Considering this is kind of cheap China quality and made, this is actually really good. I mean, they have overstitches on everything. They use YKK zippers. This is probably the best Cry knockoff that you'll see on the market. And it's nice because it has the knee pads just like Cry. It's got the things here where you can pull the knee pads up and down to fit your knees. It's got all the extra pockets all over there. It's got the Velcro where you can actually cinch it down on the knees there. And it has everything's gusseted, right? So they use that thinner fabric, that breathable fabric. It stretches right above the knees. It's got it in the crotch, which is nice for when you're squatting down. And it has it right here. It's a 1-for-1 Cry knockoff. Like the only reason I think that they can get away with it is because whenever you get them in, the knee pads are separate, and there's a piece of fabric here, and it's like very shittily sewn to the inside, so you can't put the knee pads in, but you basically just take it and rip it right out. So I think that's kind of how they get around it. I'm all about buying good equipment, American made, all that stuff, but the fact of the matter is this is airsoft, right? If I was going to go out and go to war or something, yeah, I would buy some Cry stuff, some of the really nice companies out there, and pay that money for that stuff. And a lot of the reason that equipment costs so much is because it's fire retardant, and fire retardant is not cheap at all. Like poly cotton blend, right? So like if you get blasted with a fireball with these on or something, like something catches fire, they will melt and they'll adhere to your skin. That's why you want fireproofing if you're going like to war or something. So I don't need that because I'm just playing airsoft, so I'm totally okay with paying the $60 that these cost. The multicam coloration is on point. It's even got the ripstop style fabric. It's great. Like, I love these things. I can't even begin to recommend these enough. So here's the plate carrier that I have, that I usually have hanging up over here. This thing is awesome. I love this. This is the best plate carrier I've ever owned. I know a lot of people are going to chest rigs, but I like plate carriers personally. Comes with like fake plates installed because they know you're using it for airsoft, right? A laser cut molly. I mean, the quality is great. So I'm sure y'all have seen these floating around. Some of the airsoft stuff has them. Some of them doesn't. They're the First Spear tubes, right? First Spear tube system. First Spear made them. So basically, the old ones, you'd have to lift this up, take the Velcro off to get it on. This one, you pull this little tab, and you just slide it right off. And then it slides right back on when you're ready to get in. Right? So it's really convenient, comfortable, and easy. Another thing I love about this, and this is probably a Cry knockoff, I'm sure, this panel on the front comes right off, and then you have 2 buckles to undo it. So you can run like an M4 setup, a DMR setup, SMG setup, have 3 different panels, and you just come, throw the panel on, you're good to go. So you don't have to have multiple vests and everything and taking pockets off, putting pockets on, none of that, right? So this is like a little fanny pouch that I have on here, and it just velcros underneath that, so you're good to go. It's got a phone pouch. I use this Magpul sling. I'm a 1-point sling person. I know a lot of people like 2 points and slingsters and Faro concepts and stuff. I like this old school Magpul sling. It's really awesome. And like I was saying with sewing, like I've made some alterations where I put a strip of webbing down here, and then it comes to some pull-dot fasteners that I can put in the back, so it's two individual pieces, so I can make it as long as short and get my replica like exactly where I want it. So that's why I like that. So this is actually a zip-on panel. So normally it's normal laser cut moly on the back, right? But I wanted to have this panel, which I don't generally play with this, but it's just something cool. So it's got some pockets here. You can put some different things. I think it's supposed to be like a med kit bag. Or you put some medkit stuff in there. But what the coolest thing is, right, so I'm looking at doing a DMR roll. This actually opens up and comes down, and you can actually put a gun in here. So I could take like the Shorty M4, right, or something smaller, and you actually just stick it down in there, and then it comes down into this pouch. And so you can ruck that and wear it. And then say your DMR, you know, goes dead, battery, you don't have any more BBs, no mags, you just pull this out and then go to town, right? Or if they get in within 100 feet, whoosh, go for it. I realize that's crazy and try hard, but I think it's a cool concept to be able to do, especially if you're firing bolt action and you don't want to just use a pistol. This is just a Vism battle belt, nothing crazy. I rigged up a little system to keep it attached to the plate carrier, that way it's just all one piece. I got an old school Glock Serpa holster. What's nice is the AAP01 actually fits in here, so I can just keep running this thing because it's good enough for airsoft. All right. First, the dump pouch made by Auto Gear, just basic dump pouch, good price. And then I got 2 frag pouches. I'm actually thinking about 3D printing some like some clamp pouches where they you know slide in, and I'm gonna put some bungee cord and so that it goes in there to do these Thunder Bee grenades. Yeah, I can't speak highly enough of Auto Gear. I mean, the quality is just absolutely awesome. I love this plate carrier. I love those pants, helmet covers. Everything they make is amazing. I can't wait for... They have a pretty decent selection on Amazon, but I can't wait for more stuff. Oh, and last, the old dead rag. So I got this Elite Force dead rag, right? And I put it up on my shoulder, and it's a tab, and you stuff it into this little thing here. And so whenever you get hit, you just hit, you pull it out, and then you can put it over your head and walk. A lot of people don't use dead rags. I personally don't like getting overshot to shit, so I use a dead rag. Last thing, I think I've said last thing like 5 times. I got this on Amazon as well, so my local field requires some sort of face protection, which is good, don't get me wrong. But they, you know, everybody's wearing like full face masks, and I'm not a full face mask guy. I like being able to cheek weld and everything, and I'll risk getting shot up right here, not a big deal. However, the pearly whites, gonna take care of those. So this actually has a metal cage on it, right? And then it's basically a balaclava. I think that's how you say it. Yeah, so this goes up over your head, and you don't have to wear it. You can just wear it as a half mask if you want. It's like actually 2 different pieces kind of sewn together, so it's pretty nice. And this thing fits great, and it goes perfectly, and it covers the area it needs to cover. And I'll get shot in the side of the head, whatever, like stuff happens. The only bad thing about this is that this does not come out, which means that you kind of have to hand wash it. Not that big of a deal. Throw some Dawn on it, put it in the sink, rub it around. You're using it for airsoft, right? So as long as you just get it mostly clean, let it air dry, you'll be fine. Alright, that's something I've been wanting to do for a while because I know I've had this vest set up kind of hanging over here in the back. So I wanted to show you it. And the Auto Gear stuff, I just can't get over how nice it is for how cheap it is. And it's not like dirt cheap. It's a good investment between like really crappy and like cry. It's kind of like right in the middle. That's kind of how I look at it. And I'm totally cool with that, right? We're playing airsoft. I don't want to spend cry prices, but I want gear that's going to last longer than the really, really crappy stuff. Check the description. I'm going to put the links to all this stuff on Amazon so you can go check it out. Highly recommend you look at it. I really think you'll probably end up buying a couple of these things because they're some really good gear. The description. Check out the links, take a look at it, read the reviews, look at the pricing, that's not bad. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff, ring the bell. But thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.